All right, let's just dive right in. Welcome to this explainer, where we are breaking down something truly fascinating, the foundational document for a massive worldwide movement. We're talking about the Magna Carta of the IA Live method. If you're already passionate about the future of learning, education, and how we adapt in this crazy, rapidly changing world, well, you're in exactly the right place. This document isn't just some boring set of rules. It actually serves as the institutional foundation for a global system of permanent autonomous learning. It's basically a visionary guide for how humanity is going to interact with information moving forward. Let's get into exactly what this movement is all about.
I want to kick things off right here with this incredibly empowering quote pulled straight from the preamble of the Charter. Every person possesses the capacity to learn, unlearn, and relearn throughout their entire life. You know, the text makes a really bold foundational claim right out of the gate here. Education isn't just some system you pass through when you're a kid, right? It's a fundamental human right. And even more than that, it relies on this innate capacity we all share. It completely sets the stage for a philosophy that demands we stay agile, curious, and totally open to continuous personal evolution.
So let's look at the first core pillar. Section 1, El Movimiento IA Live, and its foundation of the future.
Now, what's genuinely interesting here is how the authors frame the very concept of information. They don't just view knowledge as, data sitting on a hard drive or words stuffed in a textbook. They explicitly state that knowledge constitutes humanity's greatest heritage. It's a universal treasure. This means it isn't passive. It's a shared inheritance that we all must actively manage, grow, and protect as participants in this global system.
Which brings us to our second pillar. Section 2, El Valor del Conocimiento, or the value of knowledge, and the incredible ripple effects of continuous learning.
The Charter doesn't just say learning is, good for your career. It actually links permanent learning to the very survival of our species. The text explicitly points out that continuous learning strengthens freedom and democracy, fuels innovation, and is directly linked to protecting nature and driving sustainable development. The logic here is incredibly powerful. A society that commits to continuous learning is inherently way better equipped to solve its most complex existential challenges. Because when you have a more educated, adaptable population, they make better environmental and collaborative decisions, literally building a healthier, freer, and more sustainable world for all of us.
All right, let's see how this builds into our third pillar. Section 3, Aprender, Desaprender y Reaprender. Learn, unlearn, relearn, and the human transformation. Here we have the core mechanical cycle of the entire movement. Step 1, learn. Step 2, unlearn. Step 3, relearn. This is a continuous, intensely personal loop. The capacity to adapt throughout your entire life is absolutely central to this philosophy. It completely acknowledges that old paradigms are going to become obsolete. To move forward, we can't just keep stacking new information on top of old ideas. Think about an outdated workflow or maybe a piece of software you used to use. You have to actively dismantle what no longer serves you. That's the unlearning phase. So you actually have the mental space and clarity to relearn anew.
And that leads us to this truly beautiful metaphor used in the document, the concept of the living work, or in the original text, obra viva. The manifesto proclaims that we all have the capacity to transform knowledge into exactly this. I mean, knowledge shouldn't just sit on a shelf gathering dust, right? Actually, think about it for a second. How much of your own knowledge is just kind of gathering dust right now? A living work means taking static information and actively applying it, updating it, and basically breathing life into it through your actions. It becomes dynamic and continuously evolving. But it doesn't stop with the work itself. It extends to the person. This is the ultimate goal outlined in the framework, becoming a living book or libro vivo. The Charter states that through example and service, a person can become a living book to inspire other people. You don't just hold on to knowledge, you literally embody your continuous learning. You become a living, breathing source of inspiration for your entire community. It's honestly a profound way to view human potential and the legacy we leave behind.
This brings us to the technological catalyst at the heart of this charter, and our fourth pillar. Section 4, Inteligencia Artificial con Ética, Artificial Intelligence with Ethics, and the Role of Technology.
The absolutely crucial point here is how this document balances rapid technological advancement with our core humanity. We're looking at a strict mandate. Artificial intelligence and emerging technologies must be counterbalanced by human dignity and universal human values. The Charter states clearly that their purpose is to strengthen human talent. Technology has to always serve, protect, and preserve the dignity of the person, never the reverse. So technology is the tool, but human dignity, that is the irreplaceable anchor.
And this brings us to the grand summarizing purpose stated right at the end of the preamble. By adopting this Magna Carta, the ultimate goal of the iLive movement is to build a universal heritage of living knowledge for both present and future generations. It is entirely about taking responsibility right now, today, to ensure we leave behind a dynamic, evolving, and ethically sound legacy of knowledge for everyone who comes after us.
Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought. We've seen that you have the innate right and capacity to learn, unlearn, and relearn. We've seen that AI is ultimately a tool meant to elevate your human talent. So, the big question is, how are you going to use artificial intelligence to write your own living book for future generations? How will you embody your continuous learning to serve and inspire? It's a massive challenge laid out by this remarkable document. For sure, it's time to start writing your next chapter.